Hey, what's up guys? This is the Enigma. Today we're going to be tackling every single achievement in Slime Rancher. Now just a little bit of backstory on the game. Slime Rancher was developed by Monomi Park. It was released August 1st of 2017, which was the exact same day that it was a Games with Gold title with Xbox One Gold. This game has 57 achievements, and True Achievements puts it at 25 to 30 hour completion time, though I personally took 55 hours. To be fair, most of that can be attributed to the fact that this is a good game. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and handle the achievements. This first cluster of achievements are achievements that can just be obtained pretty much whenever. A couple of these are going to require you to open a slime door into a new area, but after you've done that, these can just be done. There isn't really any prep work. These achievements are Boop, Not My Morning, Catch, Ball Pit, Fireworks, Once Bitten, Twice Bitten. That only works in comic books, and You Monster. And we're going to be handling most of these achievements pretty rapid fire, so strap in. The first one, Boop, pretty self-explanatory. What a tabby slime is going to do, which is a little gray cat slime, they're going to wiggle their butt and then jump. One of those times if they jump at you and boop you on the nose, you got the achievement. Pretty self-explanatory. Next one, Not My Morning. Jump off a cliff before 10 a.m. that day and you will get this achievement. The next one, Catch. Very self-explanatory. You just have to shoot a piece of food at a slime that is in midair when it eats it. Very easy. If you go for largo, particularly some that are feral, which means they just explode periodically and they have an angry face, they tend to jump a lot very high in the air. Be pretty easy for you. Next one, Ball Pit. You just need to get 40 of any type of slime. Doesn't even have to be 40 of the same type, as many as you want, or many different types as you want, as long as it's 40. Put them all in the same pit and then jump in there with them. Next one, Fireworks. You're gonna need a largo where half of the largo, or largo, don't know, I'm gonna say largo from now on. Half of the largo has to be a boom slime, the other half is irrelevant, and basically you just have to shoot it straight into the air, and while it is in the air, it needs to explode. Next one, Once Bitten, Twice Bitten. Have to hold on to a tar for 15 seconds. You don't even need any of the health upgrades to do this. As long as you are at 100 health and you spit him out when you are at 20 health and he's kind of sat there for a little bit after that, you will be just fine getting this. That only works in comic books, same general principle. You just have to stand inside the aura of a rad slime for 15 seconds. If your radiation gauge is at 0 and you stand in there, I stood in there till 95, you will get this achievement. And then You Monster, very easy. You just have to pick up a chickadee of any kind and you just have to build an incinerator and shoot that chickadee into the incinerator and you got this achievement. The next couple achievements are going to be having different types or different sets of slimes on the ranch. There's only 4 here, pretty self-explanatory. Risky Business, 6-pack, Diversification, and Pool Party. Risky Business needs you to have 3 largos in the same pit. It's a corral. I don't know why I call them pits. Next one, 6-pack, have 6 different types of slimes. Very easy too. I believe largos count as different slimes. If they don't, even so, it's still very easy to just get 6 different types. Diversification, have 10 types of largos on the ranch. This does not have to be at the same time. As of the 1.0.1 patch, you can have these at any given time as long as in the same save there are 10 different types of largos that have existed on your ranch. And finally, Pool Party needs you to have 5 different slimes in a pond and you'll get this achievement. The next 3 achievements are for feeding slimes certain things or for feeding certain slimes things. These 3 are going to be Omnivorous, Tasty, and Bagu. I'm not going to shout that. We're just going to go ahead and ignore that. Omnivorous. Feed pink slimes on the ranch 10 different types of food. This is all the different types of veggies, all the different types of fruit, and then all the different types of chicken are going to be more than 10 and you are going to be just fine. Now, Tasty. Feed 50 slimes on the ranch their favorite food. All of the favorite foods can be found on the Slime Rancher wiki. The most important thing to note is that a pink slime does not have a favorite food. And the third one, feed 100 chickens 2 slimes on the ranch. This one is very easily done. A way to speed up the process would be to get a chicken coop, or if you were to buy the overgrowth, chickens spawn pretty freely there. You can get a very large amount of chickens pretty easily. Other than that, you can put them in auto feeders. Same thing with the Tasty achievement for the favorite foods. If you just do auto feeders, you can just randomly get this achievement to pop while you're doing whatever you want. This next set of achievements is going to be for collecting plorts, selling plorts, and earning Newbucks, and 1 achievement to earn Newbucks in a single day. All of these achievements do not need to be dealt with independently. They will be handled by proxy when we handle another achievement a little later on. We will get to that in just a moment. The next set of achievements is going to be for opening the different slime doors with the slime keys throughout the map, and therefore getting to the different areas of the map. These achievements are Jelly Belly Burst, Open Says Me, On the Other Side, Mine All Mine, Into the Past, and Smoke, Fire, and Mirrors. Jelly Belly Burst requires you to burst a Gordo slime. Gordos are the big fat ones that will never move. They just sit where they are. As of this update, the pink Gordos require 30 pieces of food, and every other type of Gordo requires 50 pieces of their preferred food. Open Says Me is an achievement to open a slime gate, which you just need the slime key for. And depending on which one you open, you will get either On the Other Side or Mine All Mine to discover either the Moss Blanket or the Indigo Quarry. And then getting more of these Gordo slimes will get you more slime keys and more areas, which will eventually get you to Into the Past, discover the ancient ruins, and Smoke, Fire, and Mirrors to discover the Glass Desert. Again, the locations of all of the Gordo slimes will be on the Slime Rancher wiki, although I don't believe they include which ones do and don't have slime keys, so you're gonna have to kind of trial and error which ones do and don't have slime keys. But as of the map update where you can use the map, they will say which slime keys have been discovered in each area, so that should definitely kind of narrow down which ones are left for what slime keys you still need. These two deserve their own category, but aren't especially difficult by any stretch. Up All Night and While You Are Away. Up All Night requires you to stay awake from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. the next day, which is just stay away for 24 minutes. And then While You Are Away, just be away from the ranch for more than 24 hours. I would suggest that you get both of these in tandem just by going out after you've gotten the jetpack, finding a high up place, and then just kind of leaving your console for 24 minutes. You can just put a rubber band on the right analog stick so you just spin in a circle so it doesn't turn the controller off. And that's that. This next set of achievements are all going to be relative to the 7Z Rewards Club, which I believe unlocks on either the 7th or the 10th day. It might be the 7th. The first one, obvious, is to join the 7Z Rewards Club, which is, I believe, as simple as just pressing A on 7Z Rewards Club. You may have to buy the first tier, which is, I believe, 500 Newbucks. The next one, Mint in Box, requires you to purchase at least 10 different types of slime toys. Now, to specify, they do have to be different types of slime toys. You cannot buy 10 of the same one. They have to be for different slimes. Now, you'll unlock the slime toy machine at level 8 of the 7Z Rewards Club, but you'll need to be level 10 in it in order to buy enough different ones, because at level 10, you get the advanced slime toys, which brings the total up to, I believe, 11 different types. So you're going to need that to actually get the achievement. And that's pretty much it. Color Me Impressed, I did this a little backwards, I apologize, requires you to change the color of your ranch house, your tech, and your vac pack. This machine is unlocked at rank 5 of the 7Z Rewards Club. You can change the color template for those 3 things and you will get this achievement. Now, this next one is going to shoot up a bunch in rank. The Hunter has become the other thing, which is to snare a Hunter Gordo, and for this, you do not need, but it is preferred that you have a Master Snare, which the blueprint for is unlocked when you are at 7Z level 20. You're welcome to use the 2 lower tiers of Snare to unlock this achievement, but since you are likely going to be going for the Hat Trick achievement as well, which will require the Golden Sure Shot at level 22, then it's probably a good idea to just go ahead and use this instead. Once you've made a Master Snare, you're going to need to put a Roostro in the center, which is the favorite food of a Hunter Gordo. Go to sleep, and then the next morning you will have a Hunter Gordo sitting in your slime snare. The next one up, this is the last one on the 7Z Rewards Club list, is Hat Trick, which requires you to obtain at least 3 gold plorts from a single gold slime. As previously mentioned, the Golden Sure Shot will be required for this, which is unlocked at the 7Z Rewards level 22. The Golden Sure Shot's effect is whenever you shoot a gold slime and it drops plorts, it drops 3 times as many. Now, to clear up any confusion, the Gilded Ginger vegetable does drop 5 plorts from a golden slime if you hit it with it. But because of the way that the plorts spawn, it doesn't actually count as dropping 3 gold plorts for this. I'm not entirely sure why, but it won't count for this achievement. Now, in order to get to the 7Z Rewards Club level of 22, you're going to need a lot of Newbucks, about 456,500. And that is quite a lot of Newbucks. I would suggest 2 different pins of 2 different types of Largos, preferably some late game ones like Crystal and Boom in one, and then Dervish and Mosaic in the other, like 10 to 15 in each. And then have automated food dispensers and plort collectors for both of those. Apart from that, however, once you have gotten the purple treasure pod cracker, which requires you to craft 100 slime science gadgets, which we will deal with in a moment. Once you have done that, you'll want to go to the 3 vaults, which will only unlock after you finish the game. We'll deal with that in a moment. In each of these 3 vaults, you'll find between 120 and 170 golden plorts independently, so it'd be a very good idea to get these 3 in your journey to getting that many Newbucks. Now, moving on to these 2, fruit cocktail and salad bar, which are same premise, just fruits and vegetables. Have 3 different fruit trees on the ranch at the same time, have 3 different veggie gardens on the ranch at the same time. Now, fruit cocktail is, there's no hiccups, just do it. It's, you can get the pogo fruit, the Q-berry, and mint mango. Those 3 will do just fine. Salad bar has one hang up on it. You can use any type of vegetable except for the odd onion, because technically the odd onion grows in tandem with carrots whenever you plant it, and for some reason this does not count. So you can use anything except for the odd onion. So if you use carrots, heartbeats, and oka oka, that works just fine. Those are the first 3 you are likely to find, so that will do it for you. Those 2 achievements out of the way. This next set of achievements is going to be slime science related. The first thing you're gonna have to do before you can do any of these is going to be to buy the laboratory in the slime ranch, which is going to cost 10,000 Newbucks. We have Onward to Science, Bea the Builder, and Never Stop Creating, which is to fabricate 1, 35, and 100 slime science gadgets, respectively. These will, in tandem, unlock the green, blue, and purple treasure pod crackers, also respectively, which is why you need to have created 100 slime science gadgets before you start seeking out the 3 vaults. Now, this one does not have to be very daunting, it's just going to require a little bit of grinding. You're going to want to make 100 Novice Drills. That requires 10 pink plorts, 6 rock plorts, and 3 rad plorts. I would suggest that you make pink and rock largos right in front of the laboratory, and then right next to them make another corral where you have a set of rad slimes. Don't combine those with anything, I will explain that in a moment. And then the next 2 achievements are going to be for you to create Curios, which is going to be best of the worst, she's on fire, and you're going to need to make a slime stage and a slime ball hoop, I believe it's called. Now both of these require some ingredients that can be a little difficult to come by. Very simplistically, to explain it, you will need the advanced versions of the pump, apiary, and drill, and you'll need to put them in their respective places. The pump goes in the dry reef, which is the starting area. The drill goes in the indigo quarry, which is to the right, and then the apiary goes in the moss blanket, which is to the left, or straight ahead, depending on how you look at it. Once you have gotten all the pieces, you make the slime stage. You just have to set that down, and you need to make a tar. The way you make a tar is you need to create a largo, and then have that largo eat a plort that is in either of its base components. So for example, if you had a largo of a pink slime and a rock slime and you fed it a rad plort, that would become a tar. And then after that, what you have to do is pick up this tar and then shoot it onto the slime stage, and it'll actually just stay there. It won't actually get away. It'll just oscillate very interestingly. So it's kind of nice, except for when you fall asleep, it tends to disappear. And the last one in this category is going to be She's on Fire, which is to score 50 points in a single game of slime ball. Once you shoot the first slime into this net, it is going to start the timer of, I believe, 30 seconds, but I cannot remember. And you have to get 50 slimes in there. Before you ask, you cannot fly directly above the hoop and just shoot them straight down. That does not count. Really, you're just going to need to line up your first shot and then kind of go rapid fire and then just make slight adjustments as you go. I would suggest that you have done the 7Z Rewards Club set of achievements before this, only because in your journey to unlock the hat trick achievement, you will also get the highest upgrade for your backpack, which will give you 100 units of space per item. This is going to make this very, very easy to do. After that, you just have to sink 50. It might take a couple tries, but overall, this is quite easy. Now, these next 2 are going to be fully loaded and bursting at the seams, which requires you to fully upgrade a corral, coop, and silo on the ranch. And then after you've done that, go ahead and take that fully upgraded silo and fill all 4 of its units. Now, basically what that means is you need to put 100 of something in 4 different containers. They don't have to be 4 different things. You can just put 100 of whatever in them. What I would suggest for this is that once you've gotten 2 corrals full of largos, instead of selling the plorts as you get them, just put them in here, and then once the silo is full, take them all out and sell them, and you'll have the achievement there in the middle. Now, we're getting to the bottom of the list, I promise you. Bear with me here. These next 2 achievements are story related, oddly enough. Doors like these, and the adventure continues. Now, with doors like these, you are going to need to run to the very end of the glass desert, and you will find 2 notes left by Hobson. If you read the first one, he will say that he found this basically time travel device, and he was debating whether or not to use it. If you run to the other side of the time travel device, that won't even BU, so you can run right through it if you like. He will say that he didn't do it. He stuck with what he's doing, and that's basically it. And that will get you that achievement. The next one, The Adventure Continues, requires you to get the last email from girl Casey back on Earth. Now, it's kind of shoddy exactly when these emails come in, but generally what will happen is these emails will unlock as you unlock different parts of the map. So with the Moss Blanket, the Indigo Quarry, the Ancient Ruins, and the Glass Desert, they will all unlock clusters of mail. And if you are not getting any of the mail, you will need to sleep or just run around and do nothing for a little while. Eventually you'll get it. And then once you've gotten the email, Another Tour, if you read that one, you will get this achievement, and it will play a short credit scene with a nice little song in it, which has nothing to do with anything, and you will get this achievement. And this next cluster of achievements didn't really fit into any category, so we're gonna just slap them all here right before we deal with the 5-day rush achievements. We have Controlling the Chaos, Renewal, Carousel, Hasty Exchange, and Pro Style. Controlling the Chaos is the easiest one, and in retrospect probably should have been in the ones that you can get out of the way very quickly, but here it is. Basically, if you go to where you find your first Tabby Gordo, and assumingly have exploded it, you're just gonna wanna shoot a bunch of pink slimes in there, like 50 plus, and then once you've done that, just go in a horizontal line while you're sucking up with your vac, and if you have 15 or more in the stream at one time, you will get this achievement. Now, Renewal requires you to bring life back to the Glass Desert. The Glass Desert has these little oases which require you to put a plort of a certain type in 3 statues that are in close proximity to the oasis in order to activate it. Once you have done this, you need to walk up to it and absorb some of the water, which will give you ancient water in your water slot. And with this ancient water, you need to run up to some of these plants that haven't sprouted yet and just shoot it with some of the ancient water. After that, life will flourish into this section of the desert, and you will get this achievement. Now, the next one, Carousel, requires you to incinerate an elder chicken. Now, the only way for you to get an elder chicken is for it to have 12 babies. That means you need to get a coop and put some hens and chickens in there and then do nothing with them for a while until one of them looks old and gray. When they look old and gray, this can be either a elder hen or an elder roostro. You pick them up in your vacuum and you shoot them into a incinerator. Now, these next ones are going to be the real problems. Hasty Exchange, which requires you to fulfill a ranch exchange request between noon and 2 p.m. For those of you who don't know the transition to military time, that is between 1200 and 1400. And basically this one is potluck. It's entirely random, and it can be very difficult to prepare for this. It might take some time, but that is why I said that you shouldn't combine anything with the rad slimes a little while ago, because what you're going to want to do for this is get about 10 to 15 of every type of slime you can, and don't combine any of them at all. After you've done this, you want to just start building up different types of fruits and vegetables, and the different types of chickens, and different types of plorts. And just keep building and building every time you mess up and don't have something they need, until eventually you will have something they need and you can immediately do it. Because with little exception, if you don't have one of the items they need, you cannot run and get it and come back within the 2-minute window that they give you. This is a very frustrating achievement. It will take time. Now, the last one, Pro Style, which requires you to complete the Slimepedia. Now, the Slimepedia will take some time to explain, so we are going to handle this by column. The tutorials are very easy. They're given just a little bit of gameplay. These will all be used. The only one that might take a little bit of time is the Gadget mode tutorial, which basically, you're just gonna have to start building a gadget and it'll explain. The slimes column is still pretty self-explanatory. You just need to pick up one of every type of slime through your travels. Let's go ahead and go down the list and explain where every single one of these can be found. The pink slime is the most common and can be found on every single biome of this map. The rock slime can be found in the dry reef, the indigo quarry, and the glass desert. The tabby slime can be found most primarily in the dry reef and the moss blanket. The phosphor slime can be found in almost every biome as long as it is nighttime. The rad slime can only be found in the indigo quarry. The boom slime can be found in the indigo quarry as well as the moss blanket. The honey slime can only be found in the moss blanket. The puddle slime can be found in the moss blanket, the indigo quarry, and the ancient ruins. The crystal slime can only be found in the indigo quarry. The hunter slime can only be found in the moss blanket. The quantum slime can primarily be found in the ancient ruins, though I have seen 1 to 2 from time to time in the glass desert. The fire slime can only be found in the glass desert, and only when the solar anomaly occurs. It can spawn from the pillars of fire that shoot down, so you have to keep a lookout for this one, because if you wait too long, they will disappear very quickly if they are not kept in an incinerator. The dervish slime can only be found in the glass desert. The tangle slime can only be found in the glass desert, and the mosaic slime can only be found in the glass desert. The gold slime spawns randomly and you cannot get it. The only way it will pop up in your Slimepedia is if you see it. Getting a gold plort out of it is essentially irrelevant. The same thing applies for the lucky slime. You only need to see it for it to pop up in your Slimepedia, but if you shoot meat at it, it will eat that and drop some Newbucks for you. Now the Largo, Gordo, and Feral slimes will be very easily seen. They pop up pretty quickly, and then the tar will happen naturally. You don't even have to do anything, but assuming you never see one in the wild, which is unlikely, you will see one when you make one for the best of the worst achievement. Resources is the tab that will take the longest for you. Most vegetables and fruits will occur naturally. The only ones to really pay attention to is the phase lemon, which you will have to go to the ancient ruins and these hologram looking trees. When a phase lemon has fully grown on the tree, you need to shoot a fruit into the tree and it will spawn a phase lemon in place of the fruit you shot. All other fruits and vegetables will just grow naturally, and there's nothing you really need to do in order to get them, with the exception of the Gilded Ginger. This will most likely be your last thing that you get in the Slimepedia. This one can only be obtained in the Glass Desert. There can only be one at any given time, and it will only grow once a day. You're welcome to just hoof it and try and find it. It will have a slight glimmer to it, but for the most part it doesn't have any distinguishing features and it just looks like a regular vegetable. The best thing I can suggest for this is to go on the Slime Rancher Wikipedia and type in Gilded Ginger, and it will give you a list of every single location it can spawn in. This is absolutely useful in this. You will probably need to do that. Thank God for the wiki. After that, you will need to get every type of hen and roostro and chickadee. It is very important to get every different type of chickadee. I forgot that there were different types. There's only one type of roostro, but for hen and chickadee, there is the regular, the stony version, the briar version, and the painted version. There are also elder hen and elder roostro. You will need to get each in order to have them added to the Slimepedia. After that, you will need all of the basic resources which cannot be consumed by any of the slimes, that can only be put into the generator in the laboratory. This basically equates to having the advanced version of a drill, apiary, and pump, and putting one of each in their respective locations. Again, the pump is in the dry reef, the drill is in the indigo quarry, and the apiary is in the moss blanket. Now by extension, all three of these advanced versions need to be placed into the Glass Desert because they all have unique items that can only be gotten from the Glass Desert. Once you have done that, all that's left is echoes and slime toys. Echoes can be found in the ancient ruins. They will just be sitting there. They are lights of different colors. Just pick one of them up and you will have this. They are just for show, they are not useful in any way. Slime toys, you can find a couple of these out in the wild. Otherwise, if you're getting the slime toy machine, you can just get one and pick that up and you'll get this. Moving on to the ranch, basically all you have to do is buy one of each type of plot item. Go over to the Plort market and see how that works. Open up the 4 different new locations. Join the 7Z Rewards Club and get to at least level 5 to unlock your chromo packs, and you will get everything in the ranch. In the world, you just need to visit every place and pick up a slime key. And then with Slime Science, basically all you need to do is unlock the place, run around, and it'll have little icons for you to go to all the different places, and then scroll through the menu and look at all the different tabs in the Slime Science creation screen, or whatever you want to call it. Then you will have all that, and that will be all you need for the Pro Style achievement. Now, the very last thing to handle on this long list of achievements for this game is the 5-day rush. Now, this can be very simply explained. I can do it in about a minute. You don't believe me? Just watch. I really hope I do it in under a minute now, or I'm going to be disappointing. Basically, as soon as you start, you want to get a slime key from the pink Gordo on that island there, and with the slime key, you want to open the moss blanket. While you're in the moss blanket, you are going to want honey slimes, boom slimes, and mint mangoes, the favorite fruit of the honey slime, and take them all back. And with every plot of land you have there, you want to make mint mango trees, and then you want to let boom honey largos roam freely around these trees. Make sure that you get rid of all the pink slimes sitting around the ranch when you first spawn in, because that will definitely cause some problems down the road. Now, after you've got these things, you want to use every plot to make mint mango trees, and basically, whenever you have a moment and you've gotten all the plorts you can, just run out and get more boom and honey slimes to just throw into the pile, and let that build. Pretty much it. If you want to do the exchanges to get 3 gold plorts, you're welcome to. You're gonna need 50,000 Newbucks to get all 3 of these achievements, and I believe I got 52,000 Newbucks at the end of the 4th day. By the way, despite being called 5-day rush, the challenge actually ends midday on the 6th day because you start midday on the 1st day, so you do get 5 days worth, but you will end on the 6th day. With all that out of the way, that has been every single achievement in Slime Rancher. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was helpful. I really hope you enjoy the game. It is a very enjoyable experience. Hope you have fun. Hope you have an easy easy time with these achievements. If you have any questions or I did not explain anything as well as I possibly could have, please leave a comment down below. Let me know so I can help you guys get all of these dealt with quickly. Thank you guys for watching, and this is the Enigma, signing off.